baby. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Matt Ryce. We are out here again, back on our Buick Regal project. Now, I've been making a bunch of progress and knocking quite a few things off the list, and we're finally at the point where I feel like a good solid day, maybe two, and we will be at the point of this thing is going to drive. So I think it's time that I bust out the camera and we start getting film and we start letting you guys know what we've got left to do and taking you along the way for what will be the rest of this project. Now, right now, it's been sitting outside. It got covered in, pollen and everything else, and it's a little bit dirty, but that's okay because the list is getting shorter and shorter. I got my list here. Converter, well, I just did that. I just tightened up the converter bolts. Trans dipstick is in there, doesn't need to be mounted. Yoke and drive shaft. We had a little problem with the drive shaft where that longer drive shaft that I was happy about is actually too long. Let's see, trans fluid, well, obviously once I put the drive shaft in. Radiator, we've got an awesome radiator from Proform. I'll show you guys that in a little bit. Horn, we just need that for inspection. Oil dipstick plug. I ordered a dipstick plug for this, so we'll see if we can get that in. That's sitting in the freezer. It's been sitting there for at least 24 hours or more. But we've got trans brake wired up. That's working. Trans brake is also wired into the MSD box for two-step. I started doing some work on the exhaust system. We have to finish out the exhaust system, so I got some stuff to do that. I also grabbed some parts and pieces off the Dodger today to finish the accessory drive. Hopefully we can get that done. There's still quite a bit to do. I know it sounds like the list is very long, but doing the drive shaft might be a couple hours in itself just because you really want to take your time to do it. So let's get back to work on this thing and make some progress because I am ready to drive this bad boy. All right, so since I've got the welder already out and I've already done part of it, I have mounted some V-bands. Oh, focus, baby. I mounted some V-bands to the end of the long tubes, and you can see here this side I need to shorten and should go right into that V-band, and then the other side is going to need a couple inches. So while we're at it, while we're laying under the car and everything, and I just finished the converter bolts, hung the starter up, let's go ahead and cut this thing off and see if we can get it. Hopefully I can cut it perfectly where it needs to be to mount up to the other side of that V-band, finish welding it around, and bam, we'll have full exhaust. Ain't the prettiest, but it'll push gas where it needs to. Alright, well, unfortunately our bandsaw took a crap on us. Really didn't take crap on us, just the plug got broken. So Mallory headed out to get a new bandsaw, so that way I can attempt to cut this pipe because it's just a little too crazy with the Sawzall and all that. So I guess now's a good time while she's out grabbing that, I can go ahead and start measuring out and figuring out what we got to do to shorten this drive shaft. Wish us luck. Well, unfortunately, it looks like my little temporary drive shaft here is not going to work because I had a little bit of an oversight. Spent so much time worrying about the yoke and the length and everything else that U-joint size is wrong. So now I either got to track down a U-joint, or at this point I wanted to get a different drive shaft in it anyway. I just welded one together so that way we could have something for it to move under its own power. and try to get through inspection. I don't know if I talked about it in the video or a lot or not, but I'm sure some of you guys have heard me mention it before, that Delaware, you have to go through a state building with state employees to get inspected. So there's, you know, for this, we're going to have to meet all the safety standards of headlights and taillights and horn, and exhaust has to be out here. So we're just trying to get it through that inspection, because once it gets hot rod tagged, which is something new, they used to not have that. That's very, very recent that they have a hot rod tag now. Then we can kind of do whatever we want. So I wanted to get it done, get the tags, and then it doesn't have to be inspected again. Everything's good to go. But Driveshaft ain't gonna work. So now I got to figure out, well, do I try to find a U-joint, get that done, or do I just go ahead and buck up and order the Driveshaft now and have it with the right ends and everything on it? I'm not quite sure yet, but one thing I do know is that the exhaust is fully hooked up, and I've been waiting to hear that. So I think before I go into diving into finishing the cooling system and the accessories and all of that, because there's quite a bit of wiring, I'll show you guys that in a minute. I think it's time we go ahead and fire this thing up and hear it through full exhaust, see if it still sounds decent. It's probably leaking a little bit. I remembered that I meant to weld something and then I forgot about it, and I don't know, it's probably got some leaks in it, but it should be good enough to get through inspection. So let's fire this thing up. Oh, well, we can't fire this thing up because I've got the trans hooked up now. So now we got to put fluid in the trans before I can fire it up. Dang. All right, let me do that, and then we'll fire it up. So, another thing that I haven't shown you guys yet, I don't know how well we're going to be able to see it. Bam! We got our Tundra trans cooler from Proform in there. Thing's pretty awesome. It's got a built-in, it comes with a temperature sensor that goes into the wiring, so it auto comes on when it's supposed to, the electric fan and everything. I've got it in there for now. I did run the lines to it, so we can fire this thing up. It'll be a good opportunity to check to see if we've got any leaks or anything like that, and we can hear the full exhaust. So we're going to kill a couple birds with one stone. I'm going to get some stuff cleared off here, and we're going to fire it up. Look at that interior. Man, this thing's going to be fun to drive. All right, let's see. Oh, my switch isn't on. All right, neutral safety switch. No? No, we don't have any power. Oh man, what did I do there? Oh, because I disconnected it because I had the starter hanging. Duh, dummy. Now I got to reconnect the power again. Alright, now that I've hooked the battery back up, I had to disconnect because I had the starter hanging down. I didn't want to get that shocking. Dang, it actually doesn't sound too bad. Not bad at all. Let's give it a little. Open header definitely sounded better. Oh, we do got to play with that idle a little bit and everything else. But not bad, not terrible, not bad. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put that dipstick tube in, so I think we're smoking a little bit from some oil popping out of there. But I do not see any leaks. Let me look here. No, we do have a leak. We got a trans leak, so now we got to figure that out. Let's get up under there and see what it is. Is it? It looks like it would appear as though it was just from filling it up. But I'll get under here and tighten all the transcooler lines and everything just to be sure. Alright, so next up on the list, we have got to get this radiator in. This is a LS swap radiator from Proform. It's got the bung welded in for the steam ports. This whole kit comes really complete. It comes with all the wiring. It has a temperature gauge right here, or a temperature probe. So this will actually hook into the wiring, and then it comes with the controller. It comes with all the wiring, everything, so I can set it up to auto come on at like 170, 180. I forget how many different settings you can click through, but you can get it to go through a bunch of different settings and come on at whatever temperature you want. So it's nice because straight car things, we've got the overkill trans cooler. This is like a really overkill radiator, but we want to keep things cool, and I want to be able to drive this thing long distances and have a lot of fun with it. So this kit is really awesome. I mean, straight out of the box, like I said, radiator, shroud, fans, all the wiring you need, the controller, the thermostat, everything all in one box. I'm pretty happy with it, and it should make for a nice piece inside the Regal. Way nicer than the race cars, but race cars don't need this much. Well, the time has come. The moment is here. I want to shout out David Williams, who local Man Love Federated Auto Parts was able to get me a U-joint, which turns out to be exactly what I need. So we've got a drive shaft in it, and of course I should have spent time buttoning up the rest of the stuff, but I didn't. So we can't drive it just quite yet, but we're going to see if the tires, the wheels move, everything works. We're going to put it in gear for the first time, and I'm super pumped up about it. We can't let it run super long because I still have an air. I still got some air in the cooling system, so today I was going to work on getting that out. I just got to trim the radiator cap a little bit just because where it kind of butts up against the core support there. I just don't like it, so we'll do that. We'll wire up some fans, but we should be able to at least drive this thing through inspection. I don't know, it's kind of late today, but we'll see. Oh, we could if the battery wasn't dead. I knew that fuel pump wasn't loud enough. Alternator is working. I did check that yesterday, but we've been doing just a lot of on-off kind of stuff. So let's get this on the jump box and we'll fire it up and see some wheels turning for the first time. All right, take two. Let's try this again. Woo. All right, here goes nothing. Uh-oh. Do we not have enough trans fluid in it? Oh, no. Duh, dummy. I didn't hook up the gear selector. I'm a moron. I got excited. Let me go connect the other end of that super easy to pull shifter, and it should probably go in gear then. Alright, so we were a little low on trans fluid, plus I can't forget we do still have that really high stall torque converter in here. So, let's take a look at it now. Woo, baby! Oh man. There we go. I say it's time we finish this thing up and start driving her. Well, we were about to take the maiden voyage. I was getting some heat in it, making sure that the cooling system was bled out, or so I was hoping. And then I went to tighten down. We had a little leak from the thermostat housing here, so I went to tighten it down and it snapped the bolt. So now we've got really hot water coming out that I'm trying to collect because it's got some coolant in there and stuff. We're going to throw it back in. And hopefully I have another thermostat housing here. If not, we're going to have to go rob one off the Dodger. And actually, it's not even the thermostat housing that we need, it's the bolts. So I got to get this off. Hopefully let this drain out. We were so close, so close. I was like, oh man, everything's good. We got a little drippy drip from the thermostat housing. And then when I went to tighten it, game over. I don't know. Then I got another bucket to grab all of this. This right here, folks, is why the good Lord invented zip ties. Because he knew shitboxers like me is going to have to do something in a hurry, in a rush, not the right way. David Fryberger said, don't get it right, just get it done. We getting it done today. This one's for you, David Fryberger. Take 37. Fire a car. Hopefully nothing makes noises. Is it that? Let's try her again. We got it to suck some down. Heard the thermostat open because that top hose went crazy.
This is like the greatest shitbox parts commercial there ever was. Is your car a shitbox? Do you want really fancy pulleys, but then spend tons of time playing with washer combinations? Oh my god, do you want to guess how hot that thing is right now?
Gotta be hot.
She's toasty. She's ripe and toasty, my friends. But if I figure this stuff out, then I can put it in the directions and make it way easier for all you folks at home. So when you buy your shit piece of crap pulley, you won't have this issue. I'm not even touching it. That joker's hot. That thing's hot. I'm gonna drive without a belt. I don't care. What the hell was that? Close the door. I just revved it up and it sounded like a door loud outside the door. Fucked. I didn't take apart this bottle, man. No, so I never. I quit. I'm done. What the hell was that? My converter bolt's still there. And tight. And Loctited. Too thin for my liking. Yeah. It's fucking water. It's either water or it's fuel. Can't tell.
Fuck this, dude. Fuck this.